You want to say anything to anybody?
Hello.
The class. With such an initial handicap, even bright lower class individuals have little, if any, hope of extricating themselves from their assigned lot in life. This form of slavery is essential to maintaining some measure of social order, peace, and tranquility for the ruling upper class.
Well, it's really short and to the point. I mean, doesn't a lot of this sound familiar? You know, about the part where if you scroll back up, it talked about a very, controllable type of economy, right? Uh, and thereby controlling everything else that filters down underneath it, right? And it talked about essentially indoctrination of the children when they're at a small age, so that by the time they're at a certain age, it's certain principles, if you will, or things are ingrained in their mind for them not to think about it otherwise or question it, whatever it is otherwise, right? I mean, I thought we were in a free capitalistic market system. This says the opposite. That this is nothing but total centralization and control. Aren't those the tenets of a different system altogether? I don't know. Sounds it.
Well, as it says, most people won't even know that they're being manipulated. And those that do, what are they going to do about it? You got to play their game or...
Okay.
Well, that's what this says, right?
Well, it doesn't necessarily say to me you're going to play their game. What it's saying is a construct and a framework has been put in place, whether you like it and agree to it and realize it or not. That's what it says. And then if you do think and realize otherwise, well, it's kind of like once you pour the foundation to a house, not that it can't be changed or rebuilt or blown up, but it's a lot more difficult, right?
Well, we can just look at today, people wearing masks. Nobody questions it. They blindly do it.
Right.
They're like, well, what's the big deal? Or how am I going to get groceries if I can't go in the supermarket? Or they won't let me in. Or I don't want to create a scene.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably all of it, right? I mean, for those not familiar with this, I mean, either this guy is onto something or he's, totally off base, out to luncheon in left field, right?
Well, he didn't write this.
Right. But the fact that he found it, right? Now, this is either, this thing either has some validity to it. I mean, supposedly a certain organization put this together, right?
Well, that's what I brought up at the beginning.
Right. So he came across this and put the light on it, I guess.
Right? Yeah, somebody brought it to him.
Yeah. And did you say earlier, I forgot, did he allude as to what organization may have put this together? I don't recall seeing that. I could have missed it.
No.
Probably did.
No.
Okay. All right, but suffice to say,
but it was in a government surplus.
Right, exactly. So I was going to say, suffice to say, one of the government entities, the plethora of hundreds of them or whatever. But the fact, whether it's, I don't know how many government entities we have, guys, at the federal level, but the point is, it still seems disturbing to me that such a document could come from, our right? Our government,
Yeah, but
I guess,
but
right?
you have thousands and tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of government employees
Exactly.
who are always playing these what if scenarios. The military guys have probably simulated every type of warfare there is so that they're prepared for it.
Right.
So this could have been just another one of those what if.
Maybe. But if that's all it is, I'm just likening to it. I mean, there's a lot of things that are happening today and have been happening in the last 30 or 40 years where this to me seems to strike home pretty closely. Like it talked about the disintegration of the family. We're absolutely seeing that, right?
Well, Dan, this family was being disintegrated when this was written. Plus, you got to realize as well, is just because a corporation, even you in your own life, everybody creates plans and contingencies that they don't execute on right away. And when the right place and right time comes along, like the Patriot Act, oh, it just happened to be in a draw. The Patriot Act was probably like one of these documents that was created ahead of time for the perfect time when they could bring it out and introduce it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, so either somebody had an incredible, somebody sat down and wrote this for shits and giggles, or they were paid to create this document.
Yeah, I would think somebody was paid to create this, because a lot of research and thought process and time in pulling together multiple thoughts and disciplines and all that, are comprise the total construct of this. This is no easy undertaking, right? For somebody to be putzing around on the weekend, especially when this document was created before personal computing, if you know what I mean, right? This was no light task.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
Just to type one page would take me 15 minutes.
Right. But right. That's just at the mechanical level, never mind the thought level and the conceptual stuff you're trying to get across, right. I mean, this is not a, light undertaking, this type of, whatever, from what I can tell. So anyway, keep reading. Sorry that it's just, it seems to be touching home to what we've been seeing and what's going on today. That's all.
Live long and prosper.